Summer 2019 may have been past, but that doesn't mean we have to skip watching anime from summer 2019 as well. There are lots of interesting 2019 summer anime, and it's a shame if you miss them. Welcome back to our channel, and today I'll give you 5 recommendation anime from summer 2019. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest video. So let's get started. Here are 5 recommendations for anime summer in 2019. Number 5. Kanata no Astra. Kanata no Astra is an anime adaptation from manga with the same name by Shinohara Kenta. This anime telling story in the year 2063 when space travel is feasible and commercially available. As the cheerful Arya Spring arrives at the spaceport to attend a camp on a distant planet Magpie, her purse is suddenly snatched by a reckless thief. Luckily, the athletic Kanata Hoshijima is able to retrieve it for her, and Arya soon discovers that he is among the group of teenagers who will be traveling with her on the excursion as Team B5. Upon arriving at their campsite, the group's trip takes a turn for the worse when a strange spear of black light sucks them into the vast reaches of outer space. Stranded with seemingly no hope, they find an abandoned ship nearby that provides them with a means to return home. However, they soon discover that they aren't as close to their campsite as they initially thought, but are in fact thousands of light years away from home. With this realization, the 9 members must cautiously manage their resources, maintain their strength, and unite as one to conquer the darkness of space together. While the reason behind their trip's sudden obstruction remains unknown, they nevertheless embark on the treacherous voyage back home aboard their new ship, the Astra. In this anime, I really like how each character gets their character development in every episode. I also like the variety of plot twists that is presented, because previously we have been given various hints before the plot twist was given. It makes the twist plot presented didn't feel forced. The animation is also really good, and all the planets drawn beautifully. If you like space or sci-fi anime, I think you're gonna like this anime as well. Number 4. Karakai Jouzu no Takagi-san 2. Karakai Jouzu no Takagi-san 2 is a sequel to the anime Karakai Jouzu no Takagi-san, which was made in 2018. This anime is an adaptation from manga with the same name by Yamamoto Soichiro. The story is about Nishikata, who's still struggling to find a perfect plan to defeat the expert teaser, even after spending a considerable amount of time with Takagi. A battle of wits, a contest of physical prowess, a test of courage. Any strategy he employs to expose her weakness is to no avail. On the contrary, Nishikata's pitiful attempt only reveals more of his own flaws, which Takagi takes advantage of to become increasingly daring in her teasing attempts. To make things worse for Nishikata, rumors about him and Takagi may have spread in class due to the frequent interaction between them. However, the optimistic Nishikata believes that wisdom comes with age, and that as the days go by, his experience with her constant teasing will eventually bear fruits, leading him to the awaited moment of victory. Thus, Nishikata continues to strive for the seemingly impossible, to outsmart Takagi and make her blush with embarrassment. The second season doesn't change anything drastically from the first one. The story about Nishikata and Takagi teasing each other is still there, with the same side characters and their little story as well. But if it was good, then why change it, right? So if you like the first season, then you will like this season as well. And if you like good romance comedy, then you will like this anime too. Number 3. Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is an anime adaptation from manga with the same name by Yukimura Makoto. The story is about Thorfinn, son of one of the Vikings' greatest warriors, is among the finest fighters in the merry band of mercenaries run by the cunning Askeladd, an impressive feat for a person his age. However, Thorfinn is not part of the group for the plunder it entails. Instead, for having caused his family great tragedy, the boy has vowed to kill Askeladd in a fair duel. Not yet skilled enough to defeat him, but unable to abandon his vengeance, Thorfinn spends his boyhood with a mercenary crew, honing his skills on the battlefield among the war-loving Danes, where killing is just another pleasure of life. One day, when Askeladd received word that Danish prince Jeanette has been taken hostage, he hatches an ambitious plot, one that will decide the next king of England and drastically alter the lives of Thorfinn, Jeanette, and himself. Set in 11th century Europe, Vinland Saga tells a bloody epic in an era where violence, madness, and injustice are inescapable, providing a paradise for the battle-crazed and utter hell for the rest who live in it. I like how the theme of this anime was really intense with a lot of violence and action. Really illustrates the real Viking era. But apart from that, this manga also had a lot of characters that had a complex character development. I like how the main character is not shown as a knight or something like that, but more likely bloodthirsty Vikings who enjoy killing their enemies. The artwork and animation also extremely well made, as we know that Wit Studio is indeed very good at making an anime like Shingeki no Kyojin, Kotetsuju no Kabaneri, and many more. I think if you like anime with a lot of intensity, action, and violence, this is gonna be your favorite anime. Next, number 2. Dumble Nankilo Moteru. Dumble Nankilo Moteru is an anime adaptation from manga with the same name by Sandrovich, Yabako, and Mam. This anime telling story about high schooler Hibiki Sakura, who confronted about her ever-expanding waistline by her best friend, Ayaka Uehara. With her attempts at solitary exercise failing miserably, Hibiki decides to join the newly opened Silverman Gym. At her orientation, Hibiki runs into student council president and school idol Akemi Soryuin. However, that Hibiki is in for a lot more than she bargained for. Not only is Silverman Gym full of world-renowned bodybuilders and athletes, but to make matters worse, Akemi turns out to be a total muscle fetishist. Crushed out by the scene unfolding before her eyes, Hibiki begins to leave, only to be stopped by trainer Naruzo Machio. Completely enthralled with her newfound Prince Charming, Hibiki signs up as a gym member. Now, as a result of her spur-of-the-moment decision, Hibiki must adapt to her new lifestyle. For me, this anime is a breath of fresh air, because main narrative is really different from anime nowadays that usually about isekai fantasy anime or generic romance comedy anime. But the main narrative is about exercising. Also, this anime had a lot of unique and funny characters, because almost every other character, apart from Hibiki, is not what they look. I think this is one of the most fun and interesting anime in the summer of 2019, and I'm sure you will like it too. Last but not least, number 1. Araburu Kisetsu no Otome Domoyo. Araburu Kisetsu no Otome Domoyo is an anime adaptation from manga with the same name by Emoto, Nao, Okada, and Mari. This anime telling story about Izumi Norimoto and Kazusa Onodera, who were laughing and playing together like siblings when they were little kids. But as their bodies matured into middle school, Kazusa began seeing him as something different. Unfortunately for her, so did the other girls. Ostracized, Kazusa had no choice but to distance herself from him going into high school. After joining the literature club, however, she finds friends that keep her mind occupied. Known throughout the school for reading aloud sex scenes in literature novels, the club's reputation has kept all teachers from accepting the task of being their advisor. And after walking in on Izumi during a very private moment, Kazusa is sent into a spiral of emotion that forced her to face her true feelings for him. Now, with their hearts racing and the literature club facing immediate disbandment, the 5 girls must work hard to keep both their sanities and their club alive. For me, watching this series each episode felt like a roller coaster. There was a moment when I'm laughing, but then there was a moment when I'm feeling cringing. But after that, there was a moment when I'm being in awe of what would happen next. The writing is very good, far more than one would ever expect from a show with this premise. I think this anime was really great and the overall message of the show is delivered perfectly. You will not regret watching this anime. Well, those are 5 recommendation anime from summer 2019. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching and see you guys on the next video. Bye!